Hi guys, my name is Hallie and I'm going to show you the basic ins and outs of QLab. So this video is going to help you get through your first show, your first time using QLab. It's going to help you get through that with just your basic. This is just going to get you through your first show. The other complicated stuff is not really necessary. I have 7 sounds in here. I'm going to add one more. Let me find it. So I get all my sounds into Google Drive first. I can make a separate video on how to do that. It's not hard, honestly. It's super easy. But once it's in Google Drive, I'm going to press download, and on my Mac, it's going to be right here. And it's going to pull up right there, and I am going to put it in between these 2 tracks. Perfect. Beautiful, wonderful, lovely. So the first thing we're going to learn how to do after that is how to fade a sound. So I'm going to click on the sound I want to fade. After we've imported all the sounds we want to use, I'm going to click on the sound I want to fade. I want to fade this first sound, Take My Breath Away. So I'm going to click on that, and then I'm going to see this little zigzag button right here. This zigzag is going to fade this. Boom. But this X right here means that fade's not going to do anything, because there has to be you have to do something with the levels. It's because everything has to have a level set on it, but since this one doesn't have a sound, it doesn't have a preset level, so you have to figure it out yourself. But all you have to do is click there, click on the fade, click the levels, and all you have to do is just press these little buttons right here. All you gotta do. Now you don't really have to press these 2, but I just do it for safety, because knowing my luck, someday it's not gonna work because I didn't do it. So what that's gonna sound like now is I'm going to play my first sound. Oh, the thunder. And then I'm going to fade it, and it's going to fade out, which is me with the press of the button. I didn't even have to press my soundboard. Now, you see how that's still playing? It's muted, so it's not going to bother you. And once it's finished out its time, it's going to stop itself. But if you want to clear it off yourself, all you have to do is press the escape button on your computer. Super easy. Now, let's say I wanted this dun 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 sound to play during this song, okay? Let's say my character's on stage right now or out on a date, but then something crazy happens in the middle of the date, but I want the song to continue playing after something crazy happens. All I gotta do is put it in between that fade. That fade is still gonna work. For the longest time, I thought this fade wouldn't work if it was separated from the track. Not true. Not a fact. Not gonna bother you at all. So I'm gonna press Take My Breath Away. I'm gonna play it, and all you have to do to play the sounds is click on it and press go. And then once you play that, it's gonna automatically, so I don't know if y'all can hear this thunder right now. It's crazy. It's kind of scary. But anyways, it's automatically going to select the next track after you press play on the first track. So I'm going to press play on my first track. It's going to select my next track for me. I'm going to press play again. Played my sound. Now I'm going to press my fade. Beautiful, wonderful, loved everything about that. Moving on to our next thing, we're going to learn how to auto-continue. This is probably one of my favorite things you can do on here. Makes your life so easy. You could really do it with the whole show if you just had continuous sound playing. It's so easy and it's so helpful. So I'm going to go ahead and fade this sound. Let me set the scene for you while I fade this sound. Our characters are in an Italian restaurant, but while they're in the Italian restaurant, they have a flashback to this time where they were at a party and the song Sister Christian was playing. That's what this scene is going to be. So we have this Italy song playing. They're in an Italian restaurant, but then we have the fade on it. But I want, as soon as this fade is going, I want this rewind sound to play. So because of that, I'm going to go down here to basics. I'm going to press continue. I'm going to press where it says do not continue. I'm going to change it to auto continue. You heard that. You can hear that for sure. I already know. Anyways. So that means it's just going to play right in there. Now, I want Sister Christian to play right after this rewind sound as well. So I'm going to press on rewind, and I'm going to do the same thing to my rewind sound. I'm going to press auto continue. That means it's just going to play the next track. Now, I want Sister Christian to play right after it, but I don't want it to continue playing into sad transition. So I'm going to press auto follow on Sister Christian. That means, y'all, can you hear this thunder? That's crazy. Anyways, that means it's going to end after Sister Christian. Once I'm done with Sister Christian, she's done. So I'll play you your Italy track, and this is going to be the scene. I'm going to press play on Italy. The Italy song is going to play for however long I want. Whenever I want it to fade, I'm going to press go again, and it's going to fade my Italy song, and it's going to immediately go into my rewind, and as soon as the rewind is over, it's going to immediately go into Sister Christian. Here you go. We're in the Italian restaurant. Now I want it to stop, and I want it to go into Sister Christian. Now, I don't know if you could hear it, but Sister Christian started playing at the same time as my rewind sound. I don't really mind that, but let's say you don't want that. You don't like the piano in the back, so you're going to take off this auto file. You're going to say, do not continue. So I'm going to go to my rewind sound, and I'm going to change that to auto follow. Let's see what that sounds like. I'm going to fade it. And it's going to continue into Sister Christian. Just what I wanted to do. Loving every second of it. That makes your life so much easier. We're going to learn how to do 3 more things. We're going to learn how to cut music, we're going to learn how to loop music, and we're going to learn how to adjust the rate. The first thing we're going to work on is the rate. So I'm going to click on the song I want to change the rate on. This thunder's crazy. And I'm going to go down here where it says times and loops, and I'm going to press rate. Now, this is going to preserve your pitch. I'm sure you know what that means. If I speed it up, it's going to get higher, but I don't want it to get higher, right? So I want it to stay at it. So I'm going to press preserve pitch, and it's going to stay at the same pitch. But actually, I guess I'll play it for you first so you can hear what it sounds like. So I want to make it faster. So I'm going to go 5. I'm going to press preserve pitch so you can hear what it sounds like. I'm editing the wrong one right now. That's my bad. I'm going to press 5, preserve pitch. And it's going to be a lot faster, but it's going to be the same pitch. Sounds a little silly, right? So I don't want to preserve pitch on that. If it's going to be sped up like that, I want it to not be preserve pitch. So this is what it sounds like without the preserve pitch. A lot higher, right? Now we're going to slow it down without preserve pitch. We're just going to do 0.2. It's not going to be that much slower, but it's going to be a little bit slower. Not entirely sure if you can hear that because it is so low because I didn't preserve the pitch. But now I'm going to preserve pitch, and it's going to be a little bit louder because I preserve pitch, but it's still going to be super slow. Get it? That is not that difficult. These last 3 things are actually pretty self-explanatory. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to loop music. So this transition is 5 seconds long. I want it to play for 15 seconds. If I want to play it for 15 seconds, it's 5 seconds long. What's 15 divided by 5? 3. So I'm going to go here. Again, we're still on times and loops, and I'm going to look where it says play count. Right here where it says 1, I'm going to change that to 3. Now, while you're looking at this, I want you to look at this time. Before I change it, it's 5. I just changed it to 3. Now it's 16 seconds. So now it's going to play 3 times without me even having to do anything. This is what that sounds like. It's going to play 2 more times. It's going to play 1 more time. Beautiful. Now let's say I wanted that to be on an infinite loop. I wanted it to play for forever. But I'm actually going to do this with another song. So I'm going to drag over this Whitney Houston song. This is really helpful for when, like, this is what I use this song for. I used it for when people are coming into the theater. So it's playing in the background, and I just put it on infinite loop so I don't have to time how long it has to be. And then I can just stop it whenever it is. So I'm going to come down here to times and loops again. Again, really self-explanatory. And it's going to say infinite loop here. I'm going to click that, and I'm going to play it, and it's going to play over and over and over again until I tell it to stop, which is wonderful, so helpful, beautiful, loved every part of it. Now we're going to come to danger zone. Now I'm going to show you how to cut this again. You're going to go times and loops. These last few things are all times and loops. So there's 2 ways to do it. There's one that's a little less precise. So we're going to do the precise way first. So it's going to start at a random part in the song, but I want it to start at the highway to the danger zone. I want it to start there, but it's not going to start there. So this is where it originally starts. But then I know that about 10 seconds in, it's going to start where I want it to start. So I'm going to come right here at my start time in times and loops, and I'm just going to edit that. And I'm going to say 10. It's going to start at 10 seconds. So now, you know what? Did that on the wrong track. That's the theme of the day. Doing it on the wrong track. Okay, so now it's going to start at the 10-second mark. So now it's going to start at highway to the danger zone. Ready? Perfect. Now, my track is 1 minute and 19 seconds. My track is 1 minute and 19 seconds. I don't want it to be that long. So right now, I want it to go down 4 seconds. So I want it to be 1 minute and 15 seconds. So I'm going to drag it down 4 seconds from here. It's at 1 minute 29, so I'm going to bring it down to 1 minute 25. And that's going to change this to 1 minute 15. Boom, there you go. Now it's going to end in a different place. Now, the less precise way to do that is simply by dragging these. So if I wanted to start at 1 minute 15, or if I want to start at 10 seconds, all I got to do is drag it till that says 10 seconds right here. And then now I want this to be 15 seconds, so I'm going to drag it to where this says 25. And there you go. Perfect. Beautiful. So now let's go over everything we learned. So we learned how to fade a song. We learned how to play a song while another song is playing. We learned how to auto-continue and auto-follow. Beautiful. Love that. We learned how to speed up and slow down songs. Oop. That sounds so funny. You can't even hear it. Here, I'll play it again. This is the sped up version. We learned how to loop. This is going to play 3 times. Not 13, 3. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. We learned how to cut a song. There's one last little thing I'm going to show you that I don't use very often, but it is something. So I'm going to come to this fade on Italy, and you can see right here the duration is 3 seconds, and I want the duration to be 9 seconds. So this is just going to make the fade go a little longer, but I'm going to do it on this one so that you can actually tell. I'm going to put it at 9 seconds, and then, so instead of my fade being 3 seconds now, it's going to be 9 seconds, so my fade's going to take a little bit longer. Which, in my opinion, the longer the fade, the more natural it sounds. So you can just play around with it with your character's timing, and yeah. So I really hope this video helps you with whatever project you're working on. Please refer to it. If you have any questions, go in the comments. I truly have nothing better to do, so I will most likely respond. I'll make another video on how to edit sounds and how to get them into your Google Drive. And then, yeah, I hope this video helps with all your needs. Good luck on whatever you're working on, and have a blessed day.